Washington. Tonight, the second of 4 between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals. A big-time arm and a power bat. Should be fun. First pitch is next. Steven Strasburg is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Nationals. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year. He's been very dependable, thrown deep into a lot of ball games. He's looking to do the same in this one.
Ben Revere strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Leading off tonight for Philadelphia, center fielder, number 2.
Second of 4 on a Friday night as the game's first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Eric, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, have got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
And it's been a good start to the homestand for them. They've taken 3 of the first 4, so they've had it going here. No question about that.
Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get 1 pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Grounded foul down the line, so he'll tee it up again. Strasburg steps into the windup. Here he comes on 2-2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, if you're on the mound, you better be careful with Michael Franco. He drove in over 25 runs last month. Sure, some of that credit belongs to his teammates getting on base ahead of him, but he's been stepping up big in clutch situations.
Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. The rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
That evens it up, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Taylor giving chase. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And with that, let's take a look at how the Nats will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, this is one of the better defenses in all of the league. Very few clubs commit fewer errors than this one. I expect them to be sound in this game.
Maikel Franco will get his first opportunity here, currently leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories.
Boy, just an amazing season he's had so far, and he's in the top 5 in average. Maybe he can get enough hits to push himself into that #1 spot.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
On the ground to third. Ramey scoops it up. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. And now the Nationals get their first opportunity. No score. Scott Kazmir is on the mound for game 2. What do we need to know here, EK?
Yeah, guys, he won his 10th game of the season in his last start. We'll see how he does here.
Jeff Mathis is into the ballgame here as he takes over behind the plate.
Now catching, number 8, Jeff Mathis.
And there you see Denard Span as he gets ready to lead off the home half of inning number 1.
The center fielder, Denard Span.
Hit hard towards second, but an Atom Bowl right to him for the first out. A time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Steve?
I think you really have to focus on what the pitcher's going to give you. If he's going to pitch you away, you got to go the other way. That way you can string together a few hits to put up some crooked numbers in this game.
Ian Desmond gets his first shot now, and he's working on a modest 5-game hitting streak. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1. These Phillies, Eric Karros, as they enter play here tonight, they come in trying to put together a complete ball game as they've lost their last 2.
And they've split the first 4 games on this road trip. So lately, they're in a bit of a holding pattern, but they could be ready to break out right here.
Here it comes on 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. 1-2, here it comes. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. With a moment now, let's take a look at how the Phils will set up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
His nickname is Joey Bats, but Jose Bautista, he can play some serious defense as well. But I'll tell you, the arm is as good as anybody's in the game. We've seen him try to throw guys out at first base. We'll see if he tries that in this one.
Bryce Harper will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. Into the windup and the pitch. Low for ball 1. And this catches the outside corner, strike 1. One and one, here it comes. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Backhanded. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first baseman got the out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. After 1, no score. Brandon Jordan will stand in now, just 2 short of 100 RBIs for the season. Strasburg looks in. First pitch on the way. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1.
I'll give him this. He's not intimidated up there. Well, that was inside. Close to triple digits. He didn't even flinch.
Here comes the 1-0. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
2-0 curveball here is over for a strike. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You've got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine, but you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
You don't want to lose the leadoff hitter here. Not when you got this guy on deck.
And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
He's got to take a deep breath out there on the mound right now. I mean, not only will he kick himself for walking the leadoff guy, but also he just walked the fastest guy in the building. I mean, that's definitely not what he wanted to do out there.
Jose Bautista will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Strasburg with a check at first. Don't want to forget about him. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And boy, that misses as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning.
Yeah, and this has been the big concern with this guy over the last couple seasons. He's prone to getting hurt by the base on balls. Already, that's 2 walks here in the early going, and that's something that he's going to need to get a handle on pretty quick.
Adrian Beltre will stand in, hoping to make a late-season push here toward moving to the top of the RBI leaderboard.
Anytime you're 3rd in RBIs in the league, you're having a pretty good year. Maybe he can make a push for the title.
Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and Beltre really wanted that one, but he didn't get it. Behind 0-2 now.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
And now just look at all three of these pitches here on show track. First one, not a strike. Not a strike. And not a strike either. Now, that's no question that it could be 3-0 right now, but instead, he's headed back to the pine.
Standing in now, Jeff Mathis, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Getting on base, a big problem as you see the average there. 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. Now a spin and a throwback to second. Runners back. Down and away, ball one. No score here as we play inning number 2. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone. 1-2.
And now what do you go with here on the 1-2 count? I got a feeling that this one won't be in the strike zone either.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Darren Ruff will get his first shot at it here. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he takes a called strike 2.
And sometimes if you don't get to a guy like this early, then you're never going to get to him. So you don't want to let this chance pass you by.
The 1-2 pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Curveball, and he buckled him, but it's full 3-2.
And you can't afford another base runner here. So whatever your best pitch is, whatever one you feel most comfortable with, that's the one you want to turn to.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Boy, not close again. His 3rd walk of the inning as that misses for ball 4.
That's a good job right there with 2 away, because if nothing else, you get your pitcher to the plate here in this inning, so you don't force him to lead off your next inning offensively.
Scott Kazmir will stand in now with the bases loaded, 2 away, and a chance to really help himself out.
And at the very least, he's got to focus on getting something in play. He can really help himself out with just a simple single here.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
Now here on the mound, you cannot take it easy on the pitcher here with 2 outs. He can still bloop one in there and drive home 2, so you need to be thinking strikeout all the way.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Oh, good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Well, he's got a big pitch coming up here. That would be huge if he could get out of this with the game still even.
2 out, bases loaded. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Ramey in foul ground, and that retires the side. Phillies leave him loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ryan Zimmerman will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Right back, same pitch, also knee high. He wasn't buying that one either. He's going to have to do something now. He's down 2 strikes.
Tied him up there as this is softly hit down the line. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Luke Ramey.
Luke Ramey will stand in. He too had 3 hits in the win last night.
Well, Matty just continues this string of his last 10 games where he's hitting over 300. He has those really, really nice games mixed in there.
Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1. A high strike there, and it's 1-1. A little bouncer. Foul ball, strike 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. Hit hard on the ground to third. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
Michael Taylor.
Michael Taylor steps in looking to get it going offensively. Things have not been going his way of late. Here comes the first pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Now a snap throw to first. And the runner back. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
2-2. Runner at first here, one man out. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And I don't think this partisan crowd is going to like batting too much. One thing you don't want to do as an opposing pitcher, well, two things actually. One, you don't want to get the crowd involved early, and two, you don't want to set yourself up for a possible big inning. Now, both of those things have come true.
Jose Lobaton will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, he hasn't played very well all season, and if you look at his last 10 games, he's only had 4 hits in those 10, so what's he doing to help?
Smoke toward the hole. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with one away.
Well, that's a base hit he desperately needed. He's seen that batting average fall under the Mendoza line, so he's in danger of losing playing time if he doesn't get his act together.
Yunel Escobar will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. It's going to take a lot of guile to work out of this one.
Well, he's got plenty in reserve. This would need to be a magic act, no doubt.
And Escobar swings right through that one as he falls behind here. No balls and 2 strikes.
Now with 2 strikes, he can put the ground ball on the back burner and really go after the strikeout here.
And this one's taken by Escobar. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And he didn't want that one to be in the strike zone. Even with the bases loaded, this is still a strikeout situation, remember.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
You talk about hitting it where it's pitched. This pitch is away, so he just punches it to right field. Nice, controlled swing, and that'll score that runner from third easily. That's a great at-bat.
Into the box, Steven Strasburg. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Boy, and after that good first inning, not the same here in the second.
He's kind of looking a little shell-shocked out there. Like even he can't figure out what's going on.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Oh, my gosh, he is falling apart out there right now. That's the pitcher at the plate. Doesn't he know that?
In there, 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. On deck, there you see Denard Span. He'll hit next. Three and two.
And he's come back with 2 in a row, but I wouldn't be all that convinced he can throw a third.
Bases are loaded with only 1 out. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
Well, if there was ever a time for a strikeout, that was it. The bases remain loaded with 2 away now, so You know, if they can get out of this with only 1 run scoring, that'd be quite a comeback.
Denard Span has a great opportunity now to break this game wide open as he comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been watching closely here, Matt. Always feels great to get some run support from your guys.
First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Hit sharply toward the right side. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. 1 run is scored. The run scores from second. The tag, and he is out. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Nationals 3 and the Phillies nothing. Ben Revere is into the box as we are all set to begin the 3rd.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Hard to call that an off-speed pitch when it's a changeup at 88. That's a fastball for a lot of guys in this league.
Strasburg gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Ready on 1-2. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
He's hoping to just run that heater by him. So he's ramped up the velocity here at the last 2 pitches.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Well, it looked like he had things in control to start him out. You know, now he's running from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last one wasn't even close.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Well, this is the 2nd time he struck out so far, and this is a type of ball game where, you know, it's wet out, the field's slippery, it's a little muddy. Who knows what can happen if you just put the ball in play?
So 1 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up Ben Zobrist. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He wanted to go after that one, but that's a good eye to just watch it all the way in.
Phillies are still looking to crack into the hit column in this one. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. To 2-2 now.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Grounded to short. There is Desmond. On to first, and Strasburg's in control here, 2 away.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Michael Franco.
Michael Franco digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball one. Swing and a little blooper to center. Escobar ranging into the outfield. And that's the third out. Phillies down in order. They trail it here 3-0. Ian Desmond will start things off here for Washington with Bryce Harper on deck due to hit second.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Kazmir pulls the string on a dandy changeup. It's 0-1.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
And sometimes it doesn't quite matter how hard a thrower a guy is. If he can locate, he's going to be successful. The location here is absolutely spot on. Right on the inside corner. That's a tough, tough pitch.
Here's Bryce Harper now. Hit hard to the right. Foul. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. What's the call here?
I still don't think I throw him a strike. There's a good chance that he's going to be chasing something, expand the zone, so you make him show you that he can hold back.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. You gave him a pretty good battle up there, and you never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
In now, Ryan Zimmerman. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
He's set. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
That's not really a bad take that time. You've got a guy out there on the mound that's had his hands full already, so you've got to make him prove that he can find the zone.
Runners on first with 1 down. And a good job to lay off the fastball there close, but it's 1-1.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And this is off the fence now out near the Washington bullpen. Harper will round third with a full head of steam. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, you talk about being locked in at the plate right now. That is 10 straight games with a base hit now. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see how long he can keep this thing going.
Into the box now, Luke Ramey, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. One out and a runner on second base. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Jordan has it in his tracks. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with two away now.
This has just been a rough day for this guy so far in this one. Everything they're hitting is hard, even if it's right at someone.
Digging in to try it again, Michael Taylor. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up.
Yeah, I wonder if he rubbed it.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hat.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. 0-2, here it comes. And another foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Strike three called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Nats get a run on the Zimmerman double. We're through three in our nation's capital. It's 4-0 Washington. Brandon Jordan is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. This is line to left. And the Phillies have their first hit of the ball game. The relay, and that is where the wheels pay off as he's able to make it into second with a hustle double.
Pretty safe to say he was sitting on the fastball there. He's out in front of this pitch, and he just drills it right down the line, and that'll put him in a good position here with a runner on second and nobody out.
Stepping in, Jose Bautista. He drew a walk his first time up. And they start him out away with a cold strike.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
No one out with a runner at second. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Strasburg comes set, looking for the strikeout here on 0-2. Drilled down the line, and he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's now a 4-1 game.
I think that man right there will tell you. This curveball's a mistake with 2 strikes. Look, he leaves it up. It's right over the middle of the plate, and it's hammered for an RBI single.
Now to the plate, Adrian Beltre. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometime.
And he lays off there, 1-0. Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now. Swing and a miss by Beltre for strike 3 as he's retired.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate. And look where it winds up, completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
In now, Jeff Mathis, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Harper coming on, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
And right here, you've got the right fielder shading just a bit towards the alley. And I thought he'd have too far to go to get this ball, but he does close quickly out there, and he makes the play near the line.
Standing in now, Darren Ruff, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. 2-0 now.
Yeah, they're being really careful with this guy. Remember, they walked him the first time around, and now they're behind 2-0 to him right here.
Two 2-0 count, and the pitch. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And we've seen guys swing at that 4-seam riding fastball up in the zone, but you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
And there you go. You've got the pitcher on deck, and this is where you need to be working the count a little bit. But instead, he's chased 2 pitches out of the strike zone.
1 run, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Still 2-2. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that two-seamer running in.
And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Scott Kazmir gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Nope. And that's taken high and outside for ball 1. No strike. Two down, runners at first and second. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Looking to minimize the damage here. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. On the ground up the middle. Onto the shortstop covering, and he dropped the ball. And the inning will continue as the bases are loaded now. Ben Revere will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
Cue shot here out toward short. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Phillies get a couple of hits here, and it leads to 1 on the scoreboard. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Nationals 4 and the Phillies 1. Jose Lobaton is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Catcher, Jose Lobaton.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
2-0.
And I think with no one on base, you know, this is a guy you need to come after. I certainly wouldn't be afraid to give him a fastball here.
3-0 now.
And that questionable call on the previous pitch, it really changes the at-bat because he doesn't want to just lay one in there on 2-0. Now it's 3-0, and the tide is not working in his favor.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Swung on and hit deep to left center. Revere going back, and this is off the fence now out near the Washington bullpen. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now batting.
Well, he smokes this ball right here. This is a fastball, and he's right on it. Drives it right into the left center field gap, and he's going to wind up on second with a leadoff double.
Yunel Escobar will stand in now with the runner at second following the leadoff double.
Yep, more hot water here to start the inning, and it's right back into that stretch again. And this is starting to become a theme for him.
Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. First delivery to him on the way. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Gotta say, they've done a pretty nice job laying off that tough changeup.
And I think you have to give some credit to that hitting coach. He's tried to tell him, that pitch is not going to be a strike. You got to wait and make him bring something up in the zone.
Here it comes, 1-0. Grounded to third. And Beltre throws on to first for the out.
You know, usually I'm going to jump on the hitters when they fail to move runners over, but hey, look, that pitcher, he did a good job. I mean, he knows what they're trying to do, so he makes it as tough as possible to hit the ball to the right side. That's using your head out there.
The pitcher, Steven Strasburg, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 4-1 our score as we play inning number 4. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Well, he's done a pretty good job here of rendering that leadoff double useless. He's come back with the ground out, then a strikeout, and so now it's going to come down to a 2-out base hit if they want to score right here.
Denard Span will dig in. He singled and drove home 2 his last time.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1 left for Washington, but they lead it 4-1. Ben Zobrist will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Hit back up the middle. Played on the backhand. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
The batter, number 7.
That's a nice backhanded play there at second. You'd like to be able to get in front of this ball if you can, but here he does a nice job of looking it into the glove, and then he makes the throw to first for the out.
Stepping in now, Michael Franco. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Just missing here, 2-0.
Two times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Strasburg is ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. There's the cold strike he was looking for. 2-2 now.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
1 run, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
You can bet he's muttering to himself heading back to the dugout. He's not alone. These guys have just had a frustrating time of it from beginning to end thus far.
Into the box, Brandon Jordan. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. 5th inning here in a 4-1 ball game. That's wide, 2-0. A strike, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and it's hard to look for a changeup there, especially when a guy's got a good live fastball.
Swing and a liner, but foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Desmond has it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail it 4-1. Ian Desmond will start things off here for Washington with Bryce Harper on deck due to hit second.
Ian Desmond.
First offering on its way. Hot shot to third. Beltre's there, and on 1 pitch he's retired.
Right fielder number 34, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper digs in. He reached on a walk his last time up and later came around to score. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him, 0-1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Into the box now, Ryan Zimmerman. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Two out, nobody on. Drilled to the right side. Zobrist is able to get there. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. We'll see the dangerous Jose Bautista when we come back. It's the Nationals 4 and the Phillies 1. Jose Bautista will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Slider, good 2-strike pitch, but it misses. 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Hit down the third base line. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Third baseman number 29, Adrian Beltre.
Adrian Beltre will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
Nowhere close with the fastball to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1.
And this rain is intensifying now. This is as hard as it's come down all night.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and that fastball still got some life to it, even over 100 pitches.
6th inning. 4-1 is our score. Breaking pitch is swung on and hit fouled over to the right side. Lifted in the air out to right. Harper is there. 2 down.
Well, you know as well as I do, EK, that there's a big difference between going the other way with a pitch and just flat out being late. That's why he couldn't really drive that ball to right field.
In now, Jeff Mathis. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
And I'll tell you, being in a two-strike hole is not the spot you want to be in against a guy like this.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Phillies down in order, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Ryan Webb will come on now as he'll start out the bottom of the 6th.
Number 59, Ryan Webb.
Luke Ramey will stand in, and he'll lead off in the Washington 6th.
Third baseman, Luke
Now a left-hander up and throwing in that Philly bullpen. And that misses for ball 1. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And that's over. 3-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
And the count will be full. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. 1 away.
Yeah, he did a great job of battling back from being down 3-0 to start the inning. Things weren't looking all that good, but he didn't panic. He trusted his stuff, and he comes right back with 3 good pitches to get the strikeout.
Standing in now, Michael Taylor. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Hit slowly back to the mound. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
now batting, catcher, Jose Lobaton.
Now at the plate, Jose Lobaton, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Yeah, the left side not really his strength when it comes to contact. Not sure I like this matchup.
Lifted the other way out to left center. Revere is under it. And the inning is over. Nationals gone in order as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here at Nationals Park. Nationals on top in this one as we get ready for the 7th. But first, let's check out the game summary to see how we got here. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Aaron Barrett is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 30, Aaron Barrett. Now playing left field and batting in the 9th spot, number 1.
Leading off the inning, Darren Ruff, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0.
They've already walked him twice already, so I wouldn't be surprised if they worked around him again.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Slider taken for a called strike. 2-1.
One strike.
2-1. Here it is. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Wilson Ramos will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Ramos.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. And that's high and off the plate. 2-1. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
He's really off to a tough start in this series. Remember, he had the hat trick in Game 1 yesterday, and now he's got another strikeout here. Sometimes when you get in a rut like this, they're not always easy to climb out of.
Here's Ben Revere. Tried to hold back, but this is popped up. And Escobar will make the catch, and that ends the inning. So nothing happening this time around. It's stretch time here in our nation's capital. The Nationals are out in front here, 4-1. Jake Diekman will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Jake Diekman.
Yunel Escobar will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Lying toward the gap in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Wow. You've got the guy in the hole, 0-2. He's forced to protect the outer edges,
but he doesn't have to worry about protecting against a pitch like this. Look where it is. That's a big mistake in location there, leading off an inning.
Stepping in now, Billy Burns, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider. He starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. And a bit of a high throw that time, but not much problem over there at first, as that will end the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More in a moment on the show, the Friday Night Showcase.
Your attention, please. Now
New pitcher coming on now, and it's the 6'4" right-hander out of UCLA, Casey Jansen. Leading off the inning, Ben Zobrist, and they'll need him to get something going here. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. On to the 8th now, as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball one. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. High in the air out towards shallow right. Harper is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
You know, this guy's been a savior out of the bullpen for this team so far this season. His ERA is under 2 coming into play, and he gets the first man to greet him right here.
Michael Franco will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
And time's getting short here. You don't want to have to face that closer in the 9th inning needing 3 runs. They need to cut that gap down somehow.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
Yeah. And on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. 8th inning. 4-1 is our score. Good battle. Count remains full. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Escobar has it in time to first, and there are 2 away.
The left fielder, number 20.
8th inning here from our nation's capital. Homestanding Nationals lead this one as you get a look at the line score through the first 7 and change. Brandon Jordan will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
When he's got that slider working the way he wants it, it can be such a weapon for him.
2 out, nobody on. Fastball called for strike 2. The 0-2 home. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail it 4-1. Ian Desmond will start things off here for Washington with Bryce Harper on deck due to hit second.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Hit to short. Backhanded. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away.
Well, this ball's hit pretty sharply here towards the hole, but then you see he's able to backhand this thing and then use that cannon he's got to fire it across the diamond and get his man.
Here's Bryce Harper now. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1. Now the pitch. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a sinker runs in on him a bit as he's got to step out of the way there.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Well, the pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
The 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
And you know this is what he had in mind when he threw that last pitch in tight. I mean, he knew he'd follow with a slider running away, and that guy had no chance of going out and getting that one.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now, as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ooh, you might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
He's just cutting his way right through the teeth of this order. They're not even putting up much of a fight.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, but they lead it 4-1. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Drew Storen is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Now pitching and batting in the 4th spot, number 22, Drew Storen.
Jose Bautista will be the one leading things off as they go to work against Drew Storen.
This just isn't any closer. This is one of the top closers in the game, so good luck.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Storen's ready. Here's the 1-0. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And they'll turn to the slider here, and it just misses. 2-1 now.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
Ready with 2 balls and a strike. Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
And this pitch misses here. It's ball 4, and they've got a leadoff base runner aboard to start the 9th.
When you're down by a handful of runs, a leadoff walk is a definite blessing. If nothing else, it's a good first step towards trying to get back in this ball game.
Adrian Beltre will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1. Danger here as this is a guy who can make this a 1-run game.
And if he does, make him do it out to right field. I wouldn't give him anything he can pull.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Hops this one up just beyond the infield on the right side. And that's taken in by Escobar for the first out.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Jeff Mathis stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here. 0-1. The win would be Steven Strasburg's here, barring any late turn of events. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. On the ground to the right side. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
And a rarity for him right there. Just their third hit of the ball game, and we're in the 9th inning. They've had the bats completely taken out of their hands so far.
Darren Ruff ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat. 1-0.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
One 1-0 pitch on the way. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Runners are at first and second with one away. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will righties like that one did right there.
Comes set. Now the pitch.
Yeah, going right back to the sinker right there, and why not? See if he's going to chase it again.
First and second now, one man out. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
These guys really haven't had all that many great chances offensively. So, you know, they'd hate to see this threat go by the boards. Not a good time for a strikeout at all.
Eric Campbell will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside. 1-0. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
Smoked on the ground left side. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And guys, the Nationals were given an excellent start here by the gentleman you see in action there, Steven Strasburg. Picture perfect there. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. Washington is victorious in this one, 4-1. Good night from D.C.
The final line score for the ball game tonight for the victorious Washington Nationals: 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For Philadelphia, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. The winning pitcher is Steven Strasburg. His record is now 14-9. The save to Drew Story, his 41st.